So I'm glad TikTok, you guys have really helped me open up about being trafficked in Jacksonville by my best friend slash family and gangs after they dumped me in gang territory after I worked for them for 2 years, plus being made to serve and, do everything they wanted through coercive control. You guys have really helped me open up and realize my value and realize, see just how much these people took advantage of me and exploited me and used me. And it hurts because, like I said, I really considered these people my family. But now them opening up and my memories are coming back, because I had this early onset dementia. I was suffering from schizophrenia and a ton of other things, complex PTSD, extreme OCD, extreme religious OCD as well, which makes me angry because they started the smear campaign against me, a smear campaign just full of lies, painting me as a villain when I have severe religious OCD, which makes it, and moral OCD. So those who know OCD know that someone with moral OCD, someone with religious OCD, there's a cost to doing things that are immoral. There's a cost to doing things that you don't deem are right. I am always honest. I'm very open. I'm very transparent. And the thing is, I have all of our messages that show me being open, honest, and transparent, telling them all of my concerns, telling them all the risk. Even when I was sick, I was warning them about things and picking up on things that at the time they were red flags, but they kept ensuring me that they wouldn't abandon me. They kept ensuring me that they would come and help me. They ensured me that they were there to love me and they cared about me, and they ensured me that they only wanted to see me get better. And I have message after message after message after message showing that fact. But yet they get to start a smear campaign against me lying. And now that I'm building the strength to go on the attack, to stand up for myself and defend myself against their lies and deception, because of course what narcissists do, they isolate you from the group and they make people not want to talk to you. So everyone in our group, our friend group, our mutuals, none of them came to talk to me to ask me my side of the story. All of them just took their word for it and accepted their story because their story used implicit biases, including ableist and racist biases and stereotypes that don't fit me at all. If you just look at my TikTok, I'm very open and transparent about my TikTok. I am myself. That's who I am. And I knew the only way that I could counter their lies is to just open up about my life and be open about who I am and be transparent about my entire life. So while they're hiding in the shadows, lying and whispering, I'm out here in the open. I'm exposing myself fully because I know what I did. I know I didn't do anything wrong. I know they took advantage of me while I was sick and debilitated. And I'm going to keep talking about it until they do the right thing. They know they were wrong. They exploited me. They trafficked me and used me until I got sick and debilitated, and then they threw me away like I was trash, even though I was family for 22 years. So, yeah, if they think that I'm just going to let that go and let them treat me like, garbage, yeah, they can forget about that, especially after everything they did. They don't get to just walk away and pretend I don't exist. That's never going to happen. So, the sooner they own up, the sooner Mark, pays the consequences for what he did. That's the only person who needs to pay the consequences because he's manipulated everybody through lies. He even lied to his wife and has her hating me when it was his fault that she even was put into the situation that she was put into. I was sick from COVID. COVID accelerated and exacerbated all of my pre-existing conditions, and I was literally dying. And they saw me dying. All of our mutual friends saw me dying. Our mutual friends came to my house, the house that they gave me as a gift, on my birthday, the last time I saw any of them. On my birthday, the last time I saw any of them, after they told me they would see me again, after they told me they were my friend, after they told me that they cared about me and loved me and wanted to see me get better, now all of them are taking his side, and they know it's all a lie. Because they were there. They saw him put me in that house. They saw him abandon me. They saw them still try to do the business without me, even though they built that business on my back. And as soon as I got sick, it started to fail. And then when I got sick and they dumped me in gang territory, they tried launching a bunch of different shows and using the podcast that we created together that they built on my back. and they couldn't even break the views that we had when I was doing it, which shows my value. I've been on TikTok for like 6 months now, posting to it just casually. I only just started ramping it up recently, and I'm getting more views than they did the entire 3 years while I was sick. So yeah, who was the real value there, you know? But they are telling everyone lies about me when I'm a hard worker. I'm a kind, compassionate person, and all I want to do was, you know, I just wanted family. I just wanted people that cared about me. That's all I wanted. They pretended like they loved me. They pretended like I was family so they could use me and abuse me. And they retaliated against me for no reason. Also, they could become landlords and take back the house they gave me as a gift and lie to everyone. They even told a lawyer, they got a lawyer to write up a eviction letter saying that we were month to month. I was a month to month tenant, when that was a lie. It was a lie. They gifted me the house and then they lied about it at the end. But that's how they operate. These aren't good people. They aren't good people. I'm realizing that now. You know, all the red flags I picked up on. And I thank God I kept all of our messages. Thank God I have all of our messages showing how evil and conniving these people are. You know, they don't understand. They underestimate me. You know, I'm ready to go scorched earth. I know the corporation that he works for, that they all work for, because they use that corporation to get their friends jobs and favors. And they all, you know, cover each other's asses when shit goes down. That's why they threw me under the bus, so they could launch their businesses and shit all together. All of them. You know, it's bullshit. Because like I said before, the only reason they got into the situation they were in is because they were living way outside of their means. He took a pay cut, when he moved out of the state and abandoned me in Jacksonville. He took a pay cut, but apparently he had enough money to buy a brand new big ass house that was like 3 times the size of the house he had in Jacksonville, while he still had the house that I was in that he said was a gift, but he didn't actually transfer it over to me because he knew that I was too sick to do a damn thing about it. So he was benefiting off that until he realized he bit off more than he could chew during that, you know, that promotion that he got pay cut on. They were still going on vacations all the time, and they posted on their Facebook. They were flaunting it. You know, they were buying all the latest video games, all the latest consoles, because he was still trying to start that gaming business. You know, so they were spending money out the wazoo, going on fancy dinners, going on fancy dates, going on all these, you know, and then they want to blame me for their financial problems. They want to throw me out of the house they gave me and gifted me, even though it was in gang territory. Even it wouldn't have gotten trafficked had they not abandoned me there and went to St. Louis. The only reason the gang moved in is because they abandoned me and went to another state. And that's when I started getting better, though. I was doing my research. I was doing my therapy. I was doing everything they told me I was supposed to do. I was keeping up with my disability hearings. I was literally doing and I have records of all of this, me doing my therapy, even trying to get my meds, because the gang, they were trying to extort me. They were trying to get my disability benefits. And, you know, they told me they would murder and kill me if I didn't, you know, do what they said. But I was still trying to get healthy, even though I was being trafficked. You know, they had me doing all kinds of shit for them. And it's just like, these people don't care. That it was such a traumatic experience for me, and they just didn't care. And then they pretended like they were saving me from that situation. And I have the messages, me being relieved, thinking my family was finally coming to protect me after I had been held hostage for 3 months. But no, they lied to me and tricked me, made it seem like they were saving me. And then they dumped me out on the street and threw out all my stuff that was in my house. Then they took my house back. My house. Yeah, Sarah, Mark, that's what you guys said. That's what you promised. That was the deal we made. That was the contract we had. You guys broke the fucking contract. And you think I'm going to sit here and not say anything about it? You know I have connections to Action Jack's News, right? I know people who could expose your ass. In fact, I'm getting my story ready. I'm getting this shit ready. And I'll expose Dent Wizard too. I'll bring them into this shit. You guys better make this right, man. I'll drag Dent Wizard into this. I'll drag every single person I need to drag into this until you guys do make it right. It's bullshit what you did, and you know it. Jonathan, Mark, Sarah, Paula. Siblings, fuck you guys too, because you all went along with it too. John, all you guys. Hypocrites, man. Liars, cheaters, deceivers, lying about me. and then hiding it so I can't defend myself. But I'm going to defend myself because I talk to my neighbors.